The woman who respects what the Word of God teaches honors God. She may be in great conflict with her society which rejects it, but she is treasured by God and pleasing to Him. The woman who rejects this teaching blasphemes the Almighty. She spites God. There is in the woman's submission a teaching on the way that Christ saves the world, as well as a teaching on the creation itself. The woman's humbling herself beneath her man is a small picture of Christ lowering himself to take on flesh and die for us. It is a picture of the Christian way, which is gentle, meek, and humble. The woman in her submission fulfills the brilliant piece of her nature which God placed in her, and also sends peace into this world, starting with the peace she brings to her husband and the peace that there is for her children, and she builds the right moral order for society, which itself provides us stability and peace far into the future. We could not have righteous families without it. Therefore, we should give no heed to those who deny the woman's submissive position. That submission is true and beautiful. I've provided a few of the biblical truths that marriage illustrates. It is a picture of salvation as well as the Trinity. I also find a similar truth in nature. I used to live in South China and regularly saw the wonderful banyan tree, which grows in many warmer climates of the world. You see it often in parks and sometimes along the side of roads, although the latter is a bad idea. It struck me that the tree's structure is a picture of man and woman in creation and in marriage. For the banyan tree does something very uncommon for a tree. After it has grown for a short time, small roots begin to hang down from the branches themselves. They hang in the air and slowly to the ground, and then become aerial roots, going from the earth to the branches of the tree, providing nourishment. Over time, when a tree gets larger, the roots grow thicker, eventually in appearance like small trunks themselves, and help support the large branches as they grow far outward. I once saw a great banyan outside of Yangshuo, China, that spreads out so far and had so many roots supporting it that you thought you were in a forest. The largest of such great trees is supposed to be in India. Thousands of people could fit under its shelter. I think the tree is beautiful and mysterious. It is also strong and sturdy, with the thick branches growing out from the trunk. The tree sends forth its roots, and then the roots nourish and support the tree in its broad expanse. The biology of the tree reminds me of the reality of man and woman. I don't think it's hard to see. The man is primary, as is the tree as it grows straight up from the ground. The woman is secondary, coming from the man's own flesh, literally coming forth from his body, just as the roots grow down from the tree's branches. The woman grows and matures and helps her husband, just as the roots reach the ground and provide nutrients to the tree. The woman also helps maintain his whole kingdom and uphold it, just as the roots are able to grow strong and support branches that spread almost straight out, branches that would surely fall without the weight, from the weight without such extra support. The man and woman are distinct from each other, yet part of the same single vibrant being. As the tree is one, despite the root's uniqueness, man and wife are one. I hope Christian women can realize their beautiful role is not meager, but it is secondary. It is not weak, but it is under someone else. I hope they can also see the goodness and peace in helping and strengthening their man, nourishing him, uplifting his kingdom so it does not fall. I hope they know joy in nourishing him, and in turn grow strong from his strength. Familial peace and societal peace depend on it. So does psychological stability, and so does obedience to God. This unholy culture will tell you being second to your man makes you nothing, when in actuality it reaches down through the generations and saves lives in each one. Your humility saves lives. Looking up to the one above you isn't degrading. It is the mind of Christ. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man.